Hi, welcome to Beef Cattle Institute's Ask the Experts, where our experts will answer your questions. And I've got two great experts with me today, Dr. Brian Lubers.
Good morning, Brad.
And Dr. Bob Larson.
Hey, Brad. Hey, Brian.
So we've got a great question for you guys today. Before we get into that, I want to let you know if you have questions you'd like us to ask or answer on this, you can send us an email at bci@ksu.edu. And as our experts answer, they get up to 10 points for their answer. And guys, today I'm really interested to hear your answers to this question because this actually came to us from a listener at Cattleman's Day. And the question was, what do I do with first calf heifers that don't take their calf? Brian, I'm going to you first.
Well, thanks for going to me first because I'm going to take Bob's answer, which is get rid of her. No, but I think, and that's the long-term answer, right? But in the short term, right, we have to do something with her. And I think we've talked about this on previous podcasts. You know, people have tried grafting calves and things like that, and it just never seems to work very well. So, I will say oftentimes what you end up with is you're going to end up with a bottle calf. You know, if you give them a day or so together and she just isn't taking that calf, you probably have a bottle project. That's my answer.
Okay, so Brian starts out with 5 points. Bob?
Yeah, my first answer was, well, a lot of times I learn some new curse words. Those are so frustrating when they're just being dumb. And what I typically recommend is do try to confine the cow and the calf together, because sometimes she will eventually kind of mother up to him. And sometimes that involves even things like, well, put her in a squeeze chute or tie her back legs so that she can't kick while he's trying to nurse. You know, so it takes a lot of work. It's not fun, but really trying to get her to at least begin the process. And then sometimes you leave them alone for a while and she'll act like a mother. And that's really what I'm trying to get to. I've heard, you know, some of the kind of more historical methods are to put salt on the calf's back, trying to get her to lick him, rubbing him with the placenta to make sure that she smells him. But I think he probably already smells like placenta anyway. But
that's where he just came from.
No, that's just where he came from. But the idea being, you know, to try to get, you know, I think really what it comes down to is give her an attempt, a day or two, to try to claim that calf. And if she does, then that's what I'm really hoping for. But I'm like Brian, I agree that if she doesn't, you've got a bottle calf, and she's no longer working for me. She's working for, I don't know, fast food enterprise or something.
So, and both of you have said, so I'm going to give you 6 points because I like the answer confined, and try to do some things like if you can get her in a chute, let the side down, let that calf nurse when she's in a confined environment. That's your best shot.
That's your best shot. And I don't know what percentage of time it works, but it works enough that I'm willing to try it.
Okay. And now both of you said get rid of her. Do I need to get rid of her? This is her first calf. She just doesn't know what's going on.
I would say if she doesn't take him at all, get rid of her. If she eventually does...
That's the question. Okay. I'll give Brian a chance to answer, and you can formulate your thought. She eventually... So we used the chute. We confined. The calf took. They're doing well. Does she stay in the herd or not?
There's a lot of good cows out. There's a lot of good heifers and cows out there that, you know, and I think maybe the basis of your question is this a genetic behavioral disposition she has, or is this just it was a weird situation, blah, blah, blah. For me, if I have any other option, like if I have more heifers than I need, she's going to be on my list she's going to be very high on my list of your turn to go. So my inclination is, even if she does eventually, these are a lot of work. And I'm with Bob. I don't know what percentage actually take their calf eventually. And my guess is it's probably relatively small. But if she does not have that ingrained ability to be a mother right away, it's probably not a good option for me.
Yeah. I'll just to be different, I'm going to say I might. So let's say after a day she claims him and she raises him and she does a good job. She might have 2 strikes on her, but I might let her in the herd. But just like Brian said, I mean, what are my other options? How many other replacements do I have? Those types of things. So I might keep her, but she's on a short leash. She can't make any more mistakes.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that is a great point. So Brian ended up with 9 points. Bob ended up with 8 points. So a really close one. Great ideas. Thank you for listening and sending in questions. If you have other questions you'd like us to talk about, send us an email at bci@ksu.edu.